My name is David Stamation. I'm an executive life coach and the co-owner of Legacy Life Consulting. Uh, the question often comes up, who do I work with? And I work in a couple of areas. One is I focus with entrepreneurs and small businesses, leading teams. And I also work with members of executive management and medium-sized corporations, usually the VP level or higher. And in that setting, I help them get clear on their natural leadership abilities. And I do that leveraging or using the legacy method. That legacy method is based on emotions. So we develop emotional fluency and help people get clear on who they are. And that's how natural leadership comes about. Emotional fluency, I'll say a few words about that. The premise or the building block of the work that I do in my coaching practice and how I get results that last. In other words, people always want to make some changes. Sometimes it's hard to get them to stick, but in this method, we're able to get changes to stay and have lasting effects. So this is a very satisfying part for our clients, is once they engage in that process of emotional fluency, they're able to get a better handle on where they're going and what they want. And that fluency is being able to associate throughout your day how you feel about something, not the intellectual side, but the feeling side. It's coming more from the heart or the chest or the stomach, or some people might say intuition. So all of these are synonymous. They mean the same thing. But the idea is to understand things that have happened to you during the day and to be able to assign an emotion. Something made me happy or something made me satisfied, things like that. So after we develop the emotional fluency, the building block for that is what we call the 5 core emotions. And I'll name them later in a separate segment. But these 5 core emotions are the building block to getting clear on who we are, how we feel about something, and picking up and having what I call a natural leadership style, one that is not forced, but comes from you, the individual. People come to me because something isn't working. They could be tired at a repeated behavior that they can't seem to shake, or maybe their relationships are strained. So the takeaway here is this method is incredibly effective to help people make a change. And I'm talking about not just changing one day and going back to how you were the next. I'm talking about lasting change that's going to stay with you for the remainder of your life. And this happens because we tap into what the emotional source is of some of those behaviors or habits that we have that don't work well for us. It allows us to understand ourselves better. And the biggest single result that I see are improved relationships. This is one of the results. And that improved relationship, it's twofold. It's the relationship with myself, that's first. And then once I start feeling better on the inside, I'm able to emanate that outward and have an impact in a positive way my relationships with other people. This could be in a company setting, a key relationship that you work with. And it can also be the people that you manage. And then switching that, it could be back at home with your spouse and or your children. So the relationships are the very first thing that get impacted. The main one is the first one, you on the inside. And people report feeling lighter, less stressed, and less burdened, and they worry less about various things in their life, and they have a renewed perspective. And overall, people report feeling better, lighter.